Welcome to our show, Hong Kong Brief. Today, we dive into how Wall Street is contorting to replace China trade, the launch of high-speed sleeper trains hailed as a game-changer for Hong Kong travelers, and the rise of Chinese democracy seekers gathering in Tokyo. First up, Wall Street is looking beyond China as investment banking revenue hits its lowest level since 2014. Japan, India, South Korea, and Australia are emerging as new hotspots for advisors seeking to offset the loss of business from China. Despite a recent rally in Chinese stocks, the hunt for new markets continues. Next, Hong Kong travelers and industry players are buzzing about the new high-speed sleeper trains connecting Hong Kong, Beijing, and Shanghai. Starting from June 15, these trains promise more flexibility and stability than flights, drastically reducing travel times and benefiting both business and leisure travelers. Finally, Tokyo has become a hub for Chinese residents advocating for democracy in mainland China and Hong Kong. This trend mirrors historical patterns and reflects the growing difficulties of living under China's surveillance society and stagnant economy. Chinese intellectuals, journalists, and business managers are among those making Tokyo their base for pro-democracy movements. Stay tuned for detailed coverage of these stories and more. Please continue to watch for more details. Reuters breaking views: investment banking revenue in China has plummeted to the lowest level since 2014, prompting Wall Street to seek new opportunities in countries like India, South Korea, and Australia. Fees paid by Chinese companies to investment banks fell by over a quarter last year, amounting to $6.1 billion, the lowest in nearly a decade. This year, fees from China only make up less than 40% of the Asia-Pacific total, a sharp decline from the pre-pandemic norm of about half. Offshore IPOs from China, once a goldmine for Wall Street, have dwindled, with most listings now occurring in Shanghai or Shenzhen, where local competition keeps fees low. This downturn has led to potential headcount reductions in investment banking on the mainland and in Hong Kong. Despite this, Wall Street remains hopeful that a recent rally in Chinese stocks might revive some business. Meanwhile, Japan emerges as a beacon of hope, with investment banking fees rising by nearly a third last year. However, staffing challenges loom as private equity firms have been absorbing top talent. Nikkei Asia: Chinese battery manufacturer CATL has become the top recipient of state subsidies among mainland-listed companies, surpassing traditional giants like state oil companies. In 2023, CATL received 5.72 billion yuan, $790 million, in subsidies, more than double the previous year, marking the first time it topped the list of over 5,000 mainland businesses. This shift underscores China's strategic pivot towards high-priority tech sectors such as EVs, panels, and semiconductors. The European Commission and the US have scrutinized China's state support for its EV industry, citing market distortions. While CATL's heavy subsidies have raised eyebrows, it's part of a broader trend as China, like the US and Japan, bolsters strategic industries with state aid. Notably, other major subsidy recipients include SAIC Motor and BYD, both prominent EV manufacturers. This trend reflects Beijing's flexible adjustment in funding sectors with high growth potential, moving away from traditional oil giants to more innovative tech industries. South China Morning Post: as AI becomes increasingly pervasive, Hong Kong faces a pivotal moment to shape AI based on its own values. While the city focuses on attracting AI investment and talent, it must also consider how AI should be applied. Other Asian cities like Singapore and mainland China are developing AI models tailored to local contexts, incorporating cultural and ideological elements. Hong Kong has the potential to localize AI to address specific needs in sectors like transport, government services, healthcare, and education. For instance, AI could optimize traffic flows, streamline government processes, enhance healthcare delivery, and provide customized educational support. The goal is to use AI not just for profit but to address major social priorities, ensuring equitable access and benefits. By focusing on ethical AI applications, Hong Kong can bridge societal divisions and unlock the potential of its youth. This requires a balanced approach, recognizing AI as a tool guided by human values of equity and inclusivity. As Hong Kong navigates this AI-driven revolution, it has a unique opportunity to harness technology for the collective good. South China Morning Post. Regent Hong Kong, one of the city's most iconic hotels, has unveiled its signature suite collection, offering guests a trio of luxurious havens with breathtaking views of Victoria Harbour. These suites, designed by the renowned Hong Kong-born designer Chi Wing Lo, promise tranquility and bespoke services. Each suite features a private outdoor terrace, whirlpool, and panoramic views of the Hong Kong skyline. The collection includes the Presidential Suite, Terrace Suite, and CEO Suite, each designed to provide an oasis of peace and luxury. The Presidential Suite, a 7,000 square feet duplex, boasts an infinity pool, glass-encased living room, and a master bedroom with a private sauna. The Terrace Suite offers a 3,300 square foot rooftop terrace, while the CEO Suite features a central living room with a built-in wine fridge and custom bar cabinet. Guests also have access to the exclusive Regent Club, providing all-day dining experiences. South China Morning Post. Online fast fashion retailer Shein is reportedly planning to go public in London, reflecting the changing venture capital landscape in China, rising geopolitical tensions, and the decline of Hong Kong as a financial hub. Founded in 2008 by Sky Suyong Tian, Shein is expected to file for an IPO on the London Stock Exchange soon. The move is seen as a response to investor pressure, including from Abu Dhabi's Mubadala and General Atlantic. Shein's competition includes PDD Holdings, Temu, Alibaba's AliExpress, and Amazon. Initially considering New York, Shein shifted its focus due to regulatory distrust between China and the US. Despite relocating its domicile to Singapore in 2021, Shein's operations remain largely based in China. The IPO plan may still require approval from Chinese regulators, though it is likely to proceed given Shein's minimal Chinese user data. South China Morning Post. South China Morning Post. Travelers and industry players have hailed the new high-speed sleeper trains between Hong Kong, Beijing, and Shanghai as a game changer. These trains offer more flexibility and stability than flights, allowing passengers to make better use of their time by resting during the journey and starting their activities upon arrival early in the morning. Moonyao Moonyi, Assistant General Manager at Sunflower Travel Services, highlighted that flights often arrive late in the morning or afternoon, cutting into valuable sightseeing time. The new services, starting June 15, will operate from Friday to Monday, drastically reducing travel times compared to the older, slower trains. Business travelers are expected to benefit from the punctuality and convenience of city center stations, while leisure travelers, especially younger ones, will enjoy the scenic routes and shared accommodations. The new rail service is also seen as a solution to Hong Kong's post-pandemic flight capacity issues, offering a mix of high-speed rail and flights for longer-haul trips within China. South China Morning Post. Shanghai has included fertility services for couples under its medical insurance scheme from June, aiming to combat the city's record low birth rate of 0.6. The expanded coverage for 12 types of assisted reproductive technology could lower medical costs by up to 70%. Despite China's shift from a one-child policy to a three-child policy, the birth rate remains low due to increasing costs, delayed marriages, and changing lifestyles. The problem is exacerbated by the decreasing number of women of childbearing age, a legacy of the one-child policy. This demographic shift has already impacted preschools, with a significant drop in the number of kindergarten teachers. Experts like Hu Zhan from Fudan University argue that societal attitudes towards mothers and children need to change to create a more supportive environment for families. Despite policy changes and incentives, the absolute number of births is unlikely to rise significantly without a more family-friendly social environment. South China Morning Post. Hong Kong's football team is set to become more flexible and creative under stand-in coach Wolfgang Lewisser, who will lead the team in a World Cup qualifier against Iran. This match marks the beginning of the post-Jorn Anderson era, with Lewisser stepping in after Anderson's resignation to coach a mainland Chinese club. Lewisser plans to retain the aggressive style that made Hong Kong competitive but will introduce more creativity in attack and tweak set pieces. Despite missing key players due to club contract arrangements, new faces like Timothy Ma Hei and Anthony Pinto bring fresh energy to the squad. Although Hong Kong cannot progress in the World Cup, Lewisser aims to finish the qualifiers on a high note and give something back to the fans. Iran, already through to the next phase, will field their strongest team for FIFA ranking points. The Iranian team has chosen to focus on football, avoiding discussions on the political turmoil at home. South China Morning Post, Julie Liu, the founder and designer of the contemporary Qipao brand Capology, recounts how the ballet Romeo and Juliet fundamentally shaped her life and career. Growing up in Hong Kong and having studied ballet for 14 years, Liu was captivated by the elegance and grace of the dancers, which inspired her to pursue a career in design rather than dance. Her brand, Capology, reflects the fluidity and beauty she admired in ballet, creating quipeos that are both stylish and comfortable for modern women, especially in Hong Kong's hot climate. Liu's background in dance influences her designs, ensuring that her pieces allow for easy movement, much like a ballerina on stage. The full-circle moment came when the Hong Kong Ballet performed a Chinese-influenced version of Romeo and Juliet, integrating quipeos into the performance, which resonated deeply with Liu's journey from ballet to fashion design. She emphasizes that both ballet and running a business require immense discipline and perseverance, encapsulating the ethos of no pain, no gain. Nikkei Asia, Tokyo has once again become a hub for Chinese democracy seekers, echoing its historical role in the 1911 revolution that overthrew the Qing dynasty. Today, a new generation of Chinese intellectuals, journalists, and business managers are gathering in Tokyo, driven by China's extreme surveillance and economic stagnation. This migration has led to an increase in Chinese residents in Japan, many of whom are acquiring business manager and highly skilled professional visas. These new residents are contributing to Japan's real estate market, in contrast to China's deflationary property market. The parallels to the early 20th century are striking, with revolutionary organizations like the Tongmenghui forming in Tokyo to escape the Qing dynasty's crackdown. Modern-day Chinese democracy seekers in Tokyo are commemorating events like the Tiananmen Square crackdown, symbolized by the appearance of the third goddess of democracy statue in Tokyo. This statue, like Sun Yat-sen's revolutionary journey, represents the ongoing struggle for democracy and freedom among Chinese expatriates. SCMP opinion: Hong Kong's hospitality industry is being urged to adopt a more welcoming demeanor as part of a broader effort to recover from the pandemic slump. The city's reputation for safety is marred by perceptions of surly service, especially compared to the cheerful and lower-priced service found across the border in mainland China. The Hong Kong Tourism Board and the government have launched campaigns featuring celebrities like Andy Lau and Louis Koo to encourage service staff to go the extra mile. Secretary for Culture, Sports and Tourism Kevin Young-Yunhung emphasized the importance of genuine hospitality, acknowledging that the service industry's image has been tainted by a few negative incidents amplified on social media. The campaign aims to balance Hong Kong's gritty charm with service that leaves both visitors and locals with warm memories. The challenge lies in overcoming manpower shortages and the pressures faced by service staff, but the goal is to foster a spirit of genuine welcome in the city. CBC. A BC soccer fan, Ho Chun, has initiated a class action lawsuit against the Vancouver Whitecaps and Major League Soccer, MLS, after paying $404 for tickets to a game he believed would feature Lionel Messi, Luis Suarez, and Sergio Busquets, only to find out the stars wouldn't attend. Chun claims this is a classic bait-and-switch tactic, citing various advertisements promising the trio's appearance. He seeks refunds for unused tickets and partial refunds for used ones, as well as punitive damages. The lawsuit highlights the frustration of fans who traveled and incurred additional expenses, only to be let down by the absence of the star players. Chun's lawyer referenced similar incidents where Messi missed games in Hong Kong, Atlanta, and Chicago, causing widespread disappointment. The Whitecaps responded by offering discounts and free tickets to another game, but the lawsuit aims to address the broader issue of consumer protection and transparency in sports event promotions. South China Morning Post. Peruvian President Dina Boluarte is set to visit China at the end of June to attract economic investment and address controversies surrounding the Chancay megaport, financed by China. Boluarte's trip, approved by the Peruvian Congress, includes stops in Hong Kong, Shenzhen, Shanghai, and Beijing. In Shanghai, she will host a business event and meet with officials from COSCO Shipping Port, the majority shareholder of the Chancay megaport. Despite legal disputes over the port's control, Boluarte aims to solidify economic ties and discuss further infrastructure projects with Chinese companies. Her agenda includes meetings with Huawei, BYD, and Zhejiang Mining, as well as participation in a ceremony with Chinese leader Xi Jinping. The visit is crucial for Peru as it prepares for the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation (APEC) summit in November, where several heads of state, including Xi, will convene in Lima. Boluarte's representatives emphasize the importance of this visit for signing economic cooperation agreements and enhancing Peru's export capabilities. Australian Broadcasting Corporation. A 34-year study by the Brotherhood of St. Lawrence followed 167 babies born in Melbourne, revealing how inequality affects life trajectories. Participants like Isabel and Alan illustrate diverse outcomes influenced by family support and socioeconomic factors. Isabel, despite her academic achievements, struggles with job security and home ownership, while Alan, supported by his family's emphasis on education and property ownership, has a more stable life. The study highlights the degradation of Australia's social safety net over the decades, emphasizing the crucial role of family and cultural identity in overcoming economic hardships. Dr. Dina Bowman notes that public policy and family resources significantly impact life outcomes, with wealthier families better able to buffer against economic downturns. The study also underscores the challenges posed by the gig economy and rising living costs, which have extended transitions from education to stable employment. Participants reflect on their experiences, with Isabel acknowledging her family's support and Alan valuing the annual self-reflection prompted by the study. The research serves as a reminder of the broader societal shifts and the importance of governmental policy decisions in shaping individual lives. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.